Hello everybody, welcome back. If you caught us on our previous videos, we have learned to do some pretty cool things with Canva.com. Well, Canva.com does have that 30-day free trial of the Pro Series, so you can actually take advantage of those really cool professional features that Canva has to offer free for 30 days before you actually commit to buying. So if you need that link to check that out, that's in the description below. And while you're at it, do subscribe and drop a comment and let us know what you think about our videos. Today we're going to create a video and we're going to do exactly about cards. We're going to work with creating cards for you. In the last video we did templates, and so today we're going to work with cards exactly. So once you come to your home site, right here, once you log in, you can either go to create a design or jump straight to the templates. And don't worry, because if you want to create that card from scratch, from a blank page, you can have that as soon as you click here as well. So we did invitations last time, and now today we're going to be doing cards. So once the card templates come up, they give you a lot of different choices, right? So from birthdays to thank yous, they have like the subcategories here for cards, and there's a lot. Appointment, welcomes, right? Change of address. You have them as well, and we can even kind of go back. Once you do that, let's see, we'll go back to cards, and you can kind of browse through them as well. Now, if you want to print them, you can pay for them, and I'll show you how to go about doing that. You can have actually Canva print them and mail them to you. It does cost. Or you can actually save what you created and then print them yourself. So if you would rather do that, it's probably a little bit faster depending on if you're like a business or something like this. It probably is faster to do it for yourself or to have them do it for you. But especially if you're only wanting a couple, why not print them, right? Okay, all right. So we have day events, wedding receptions, congratulations, get well soon. We have, let's see, anniversaries as well. Let's see the get well soon. Being in today's time, it seems like everybody's getting sick with something, whether it be COVID or if it's the flu. I know now here it's autumn, so flu season is really kind of kicking it off. So get well is probably a good thing to kind of go by right now. And you can see we have dogs, we have you're one tough cookie. We have a lot of colorful get well soons as well, so we can kind of, let's see, get well soon dear. Let's click on this just a moment. All right, we wish you good health and brighter days ahead from your Aunt Claudia. Okay, and if you like them too, if you like a few of them as you're kind of browsing through, you can just click this, like it, and it will go to there as well. And we can exit out and then say you like this one too. You know, I like this one, but you just can't decide. You can kind of change them up the same way. So you can kind of save them to it as well. Teddy bears, be well, right? Get well soon era as well. Let's see. All right. Let's jump into. All right. I'll tell you what. Let's create one from blank. So you can see the templates already, but let's create one just from a blank sheet. It is what it is. So really think of the template when you come into the template for like cards. Think of size, right? Think of it as that, and even like how you might think, oh well, is it the same as like the post that you did, Brent? Is it the same as Instagram? Is it the same like Facebook? No. The size of what you have to work with here, the screen outlined in blue, you can see, is about the size for a typical card, right? And so when you go to print it, you can select the size and the paper too, anyways. And it will, of course, adjust to what you want. All right. So even here, and how I'm on the blank screen, you can even see that there's the same templates as well here. So we have them already. If you want to go from the template as well, so you would just like put this here, right? Click, and then that's the template, right? And then we can just kind of edit that as well. If you don't like it, right? And you can just click and delete and change it, right? Pretty easy. And delete as well. So there's two options. You can click on it with a mouse and just hit backspace and it will delete, or you can right click and it will have the delete option as well. All right. Again, I'm going to start from a blank page just to kind of give you the rough draft of maybe you don't want this specific card. That's cool. That's fine, right? Maybe you want a picture of your family and you can do that too, like uploads. All right, so first, of course, obviously, it's a blank page. Let's go to a background. So depending on what you want, if you just want a colored background, up here at the top, that's your colors. you have them as well, so you can change the colors to whatever you want. Blue, purple, green, even black if you prefer. And when you click on this, you can create your own custom color. Before, we showed you how to make your own palette of colors, right? And this is what I had selected before for choices to kind of go back and forth between. When you create those custom colors, you'll find them here to Untitled. Well, this is mine because I didn't put a name. You can specify it under a name for your designs. Or we can do something like this, right? Gray. Let's see. I'm gonna put like a silver color, and we're just gonna play around a little bit. There are even patterns, right? So food, textures, flowers. If you want to send like a flower note too as well, we can see all for flowers, and we can see all the choices, the backgrounds with flowers. So you have this as well, and here's your choices. So flowers, right? If we say roses, maybe, and it just shows you all the roses. All right, so this is get well, right? This is what we were going to kind of go from. Get well. Let's say tulips. What they have for tulips. And this is like our tulips option that they have for us now. All right, so let's go to a color. Let's say this color. We'll keep. All right. Now, if you want to, coming down, of course, logos are going to be more for business, right? When you come down to more, you can have more from Canva. So with photos or folders, if you have a folder with pictures that you want, of course, you can just click that, and it'll take you from your photos that you have. Or even trending, so it's just photographs. All right, back to more. We can kind of change this up to, so click more. And let's see, apps and integrations. You can do like Pixabay. You can even embed the videos, but again, for the cards, it's not going to really change too much. Because if you're doing it for a website, again, as I've completely said, if it's like animated anything, it's perfect. But anything that you do make animated, you can put it into like a PNG file, and it will like be a still picture. But it won't be, of course, obviously it won't be moving, right? But you can use that kind of cool design, especially when we're speaking about the different elements that are going to be able to move. You can keep that as still design as well. Or you can use like Dropbox, but that's not, Dropbox is actually shipping stuff, so not going to apply for us today. Flickr Photos. Flickr Photos can be the same. You can connect it as well. And then we'll just come here and we'll let it load, and we're going to connect. So I don't really have a Flickr account, so you'll just add this and connect, and you'll be able to use it as well. All right, as far as you also have Instagram, GIFs too you can use, right? So we can use Giphy. So this is cool, especially for like if you're doing for your website, and it will just still frame one as well. So you can like do this, and you can see, and it'll just be still framed as well. And we can edit and crop this as well, so don't really worry. So we can go to crop, and we can just kind of like move as well, and we can change that out, so don't worry. So crop, this is the whole picture here. All right, and we go to cancel, and you can flip it the same, of course, and you can animate the own how it goes, but of course this is for a card. All right, so that's Giphy, how you can add GIFs as well. And you can do many of them. Some of them I like because like it'll be hard to kind of find the picture, and you can kind of add as well, right? Especially the ones without audio. So imagine this, and it's still frame, like get well soon, right? It's pretty sweet. All right, so deleting, we can come back to elements. Let's customize it as well. Let's see, we have our elements. Let's go ahead and design, and that's what I like to do too, is I like to design the picture, then put the text in the center, because maybe I might change a little bit. So lines and shapes, we have a lot of options as well. It's just shapes, that's one, right, and delete. Audio as well, and let's see, styles, that's where we change our colors, emojis. All right. So coming back to elements, I want to come up, let's see, recently used, graphics. We can look at all the graphics. Let's see, let them load. and we can use them. And this is where, especially like the stickers, you see that they're animated. Again, it doesn't matter because if you save it as a still frame, it will just be just fine. So we can put like the sun, right? And we'll make him small. Let's change this out. And we can make the sun and put him up here, right? And we can put it for claws, but we can just change this out. And then we can change the colors too as well. So let's see, the yellow we can change to like white, and we can have that as well, and we can put this the same way. Now bold foliage, we can do that. So of course that's just like plants. We can do this is for like camping, rustic, right? Sketchy flowers, right? We have that. Hand drawn love, we can kind of brag, and this is pro. We don't want that. It's Mother's Day. Now you can see, like when you see the little crown in Pro, it's paid and it's only in Pro series. When you see free, obviously it's free, right? So we can kind of look and browse through here. Bright leaves, girl power, right? We have a lot of different choices as well. Bright food. Now let's see. Let's take the plane. I want to change the plane a little bit and make him a little smaller, and I can rotate him the same way. And now you see how he's like in front of the sun? I can also move him back the same. So when I right click on this, I can send it backwards. So it kind of looks like he's like coming from behind the sun, right? Or I can actually just click on the image again, right click, and then bring it to the front. And it's the same. So you can kind of move those as well. We'll move him here. And we can have flowers, right? So just drag and drop. And we can change and make them smaller, right? And we can rotate them too, the same like how we did. And so when you're doing this, like we can bring, let's make them smaller too. And we can bring here in the front. And we can bring this flower and do the same. And I can rotate and make him move. And see, it looks kind of weird from here because it's like this weird look. I can also flip it as well. So I'll click on this and I can flip it, and I can flip it horizontal, and it goes that way. And I will move this one backwards behind as well. And we can change the colors. So again, when you click on the images, you can see like the 3 different colors. So just match the colors. Like you see that this purple, we can change that into like a yellow color. What do you see? And then with him, and I'm gonna change to a yellow as well. Oh, here we go. I want this to be yellow. All right, there we go. And this we can change to a red color, or whichever, pink even. Right, and we can change that to, let's see, this color to a, let's see, we can change it into like a, not that color blue, not that color, like a dark blue as well. And when you have them all, you can actually, when you stack them up as you're creating, you can move them individually, like how you just seen me do, right? The same. But when you highlight and grab this, you can move it, and you can see it makes a big square, and you can move. And I can move this here, and I can make them smaller together. And I can rotate them. Right, you see how I'm doing that? So you have a lot of choices. And even if I select one individually, I can still move him to kind of really adjust. So you have full adjustment. And so I'm going to drag all of them here and move them closely as well. Now, if you like that and you did all of that work for that one design, so I'll reconnect them here. All right, let's move them. All right, and you like that and you did all of that work, you can actually right-click again, and you can copy, and you can paste it. But it's not going to let us here, and it should be a duplicate file. That's right, so we create a group, and that's the group of them. So that's how we do that. So we can ungroup them as well, just the same right here. Now that's our flowers, and we did that, and so we have it. So it's not going to let us do anything different. So we're going to move him up, and we're going to move this here. And I'm going to move it down to the bottom a little bit. There we go. And that's our style here. Now, let's see, vivid leaves, right? That was graphics. Now I want maybe some butterflies. Butterfly in graphics. All right. So we have butterflies. We can put this pretty huge butterfly, right? And we can move him. And I want another one. And we're gonna put here as well. And this one I'm going to rotate the same. Flip. I'm gonna flip horizontal. There we go. And we have it. Now you see, pretty cool, right? And we can make bigger, right? As well, like they're flying in one direction. And let's see, what's another? Let's make a blue one. And I'm gonna flip as well. And flip horizontal, and there we go. And I'm gonna send it backwards. And I'm gonna move this one, right? Now, some of them, again, like you can change the colors, kind of, right? So, like how this has, let's change the red. Some of them you can change, some of them you can't. So it's a little bit difficult. There we go. There's the white here. And then we can change the yellow. Okay, so there's that color. The white. Let's go to the red and change that red to yellow too. And it's going to be hard to see. So some things you can change, some things you can't. So let's see, and make them, and let's see, all right, and I'm gonna click, maybe move this one down, and so you can really kind of rotate them to how they are. All right, and let's see, we can do maybe a white or pro, so you can change all of them out. So let's see what we have for butterflies. More, a lot of options. So there's a lot of different choices here. So kind of a toony style, right? And we can continue. Let's see, one more butterfly, right? And let's choose this one here. And I'm gonna rotate this one. And make it a little bit smaller than the rest, right? All right, now I am going to group them the same as you've seen. So I'm going to group, and I'm going to make them a little bit smaller. All right, there we go. And our plane, I'm going to change our plane color to maybe white, and the windows, I'm going to turn black. There we go. Now we did that. So let's move this down. And I'm going to rotate so it's like taking off, right? All right, cool. All right, now there we have our picture. Maybe we can add a little bit more with like grass. There we go. And we can bring down. Let's see how that looks. Give it just a moment to load. All right, it looks like it didn't want to load, and that's only because of my internet as well. Let's continue to look. Here we go. All right. So my internet's a little slow, so it's going to give a little bit of a problem. But you can see the idea with the grass. So now once we drag and drop, like, and it finishes loading, there we go. All right. Now we have our grass, and we have that, and we can stretch it as well. Now we have the children as well, so we can have them playing in the grass. Let's see here. And we're going to group the children with the flowers. All right. And we're going to bring them forward. And we're going to And there we go. We'll keep it about like right there, small. And if you need another one, you would do the same, right? So we can do the same picture as well, using the grass. Drag and drop and just kind of connect it and come together. And the same, if you want to cover that in a little bit, you can kind of like stack them in together a little bit and really make it kind of full, right? Like it's really lively. And you can see how I'm doing that the same. And you can change the color of the grass as well if you'd like. So we're going to bring this and make it small, right? And you can see how I'm making them really full. So you can fully design everything. Now we're coming to text. I can make it big, let's see, with a subheading. Get well soon. Right? And we can just drag, and the arrows here move this as well. And we can change the font. I'm going to highlight everything, and I'm going to make it bigger. And I am going to change the color to white, of course. And then I am going to change the font to something beautiful. And we're going to have our card. And there we go, get well soon. And here we go, and we can put this in the front of this. Let's see, there we go. And we can move our plane because it's kind of in the way now. And now we got our plane. And let's move it. We can even move it right here. But I think it's in the way, so we'll do it right here. All right, and that's our get well, and say, oh, okay, great. So you can print the cards, and when you print the cards, is where it's going to say you can buy it, like 50 copies for $18, etc., and a lot of options here, 500 copies for $100, etc. Just follow the instructions here, and you'll be able to pay for them. Otherwise, you can download them. You can share a link to them as well, and you can even, for example, post on your personal Instagram or your business, Facebook, Twitter, etc., or even email it. So the same options as all of the others before. All right, guys. So that is your cards, your Get Well card today. And don't forget to subscribe. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think, and I will be back with you on our next video. All right, guys. Have a wonderful evening.